Often when you take photos, you're going to have RAW and JPEG photos, and the file names don't make any sense. See these file names? They're just the default file names that the camera gives you. So you can batch rename these photos to have more sensible names, but we want to make sure that the RAW photo and the JPEG photo both have the matching ones, both have the same file name. So how do we do this? And how do we do it so we do it all at once versus one by one? All right, so I'm going to switch to list view, and in list view, what's handy about list view is that you can, by default, it sorts by name like this. You can actually sort by kind also. So click here on kind, and now you have all the RAW photos together and all the JPEG photos all together. Now the file extensions are really, really important. We want to maintain those so that that's the correct file format. So to batch rename, you should launch an application called NameChanger. It's this one with a red pen in your dock, and you're going to get this thing here. All right. It allows you to batch rename things. So I'm going to grab only the raw photos here, only the raw photos, and I'm going to drag them into NameChanger. All right. So what NameChanger does, it actually changes the file names in different ways. But we want to maintain the file extension .cr2. So in NameChanger, make sure you go up to Options and make sure that Hide Extensions is actually checked. So we want to hide the extensions. Okay. All right. So the way we do this is we're going to change this to, instead of replace first occurrence with, we're going to change it to sequence. So you can see that the file names are going to change from the original to the renamed. Okay. And it's but we can put something in front of these numbers here. So we can put in, for example, photo blog week 1. So look, it's going to put photo blog week 1 and then the number. So it would make sense for me to put a dash here or a space. So now it puts a dash between my week 1 and the actual number of the file. Okay, so how many numbers you want to put on the end? Well, you can do 1 digit. So the leading zeros are gone. You can do 2 digits, or if you take hundreds of photos, you can do leading zeros up to hundreds. And if you can set the starting number to be whatever you want, 1 would make sense. So typically, number of digits 2 is fine. Starting at 1, you want to replace. You don't want to append. You don't want to append because it'll look like that. If you prepend, it'll look like that. We don't want that at all. So replace. And so there it is. So when you're ready to actually rename, you just double check that everything looks right, and you click on rename. So there you go. In a batch, they all change all at once. So then we have to do the same thing with the JPEGs. Hit the clear button right here, and then go grab your JPEGs. Shift click the bottom one. Switch Command Tab back to NameChanger and drag that in. Okay. Now if you don't change anything, don't change anything because you want the same file names for the JPEGs as the RAWs. So click on rename. There you go. They've been renamed. And if you switch this back to sort by name, all the JPEGs and the RAWs have the same photo names all the way down, and the photo names make more sense. So please always rename your photos to have, sensible file names using NameChanger. Very, very handy. There's other things in NameChanger too that are really useful. So take a look at this. Play around with that. I use this all the time.